the game.
Hi, I'm Kelsa Dickey, the CEO of the Financial Coach Academy and my financial coaching business, Fiscal Fitness Phoenix. My coaching journey began more than a decade ago with me helping people for free from my dining room table. What was once a little business of mine has grown into a 7-figure company that employs a team of people. My goal is simple: to help you fall more and more in love with financial coaching. I believe financial coaching is the most rewarding way to make a living. If you are an aspiring financial coach or have been coaching for years, I'm here to help you create a business you love that gets your clients massive results. Let's get to it. Hey, Coach. Welcome to episode 49. We are in part 5 of the Ultimate Growth Guide for Financial Coaches. But first, I wanted to let you know that registration for the Client Creator Challenge is now open. This 90-day challenge was first created years ago for our coaches in our Financial Coaches Mastermind. In the Mastermind, we set goals together every quarter. And a few years back, the coaches essentially told us that they were tired of not having enough clients, not knowing when or how they would get their next client, worrying over whether their business was sustainable or not, constantly wondering if what they were doing was even what they should be doing to attract new clients. And they told us they wanted clients to coach and to help more people than they were currently helping. They wanted a system for attracting and converting clients they could feel confident in and to have more fun with how they gain new clients. So we designed this 90-day challenge to be our focus for our awesome community for the first quarter of each year. Participation in this challenge is totally free for our mastermind coaches, but a few years ago, we opened it up to other coaches as well. So you are officially invited to join us. For 13 weeks, you can join a group of highly motivated, massively supportive, whip-smart coaches who are working toward the same goal as you, to find your way of generating coaching clients consistently so you can help a lot of people. The energy, passion, and motivation is contagious. If you are curious about this challenge and want to find out more, I need you to do something today, the day you are listening to this episode, which hopefully is December 21st or a few days after that possibly. I need you to add your name to the Client Creator Challenge waitlist. I have a few emails going out very soon, all designed to educate you on how the challenge works, what you can expect, what's expected of you, the dates, times, and the schedule of all the things, all that important information that you probably need in order to decide if you even want to join us in January. And I need you to add your name, 1, so you can learn all about it, but 2, because if you register by the end of the year, we are hosting a free bonus workshop, totally live, where Coach Jill will teach you how to design your one-to-one coaching offer. It's a live workshop along with a workbook, and it's totally included as long as you register by December 31st at midnight. Even if you think you're not quite ready to join us this January, I'd love to encourage you to simply add your name to the waitlist so you can know what it is and set a goal to join us in 2025. I'm going to include a link to the Client Creator Challenge waitlist in the show notes of this episode, or you can go to financialcoachacademy.com, and in the menu, you will see events, and under that, you'll see Client Creator Challenge. From there, you can either register right away and join us, or you can add your name to the waitlist to get all of the details before making your decision. I am so excited. It's so much fun, and I would love to have you join us. Today's review is by Kathy Lemire, and Kathy says, "Always a must listen. I tend to listen while out walking my dogs, and almost every time I wish I had a pen and paper in front of me. No matter where you are in your coaching journey, this podcast is a much listen." Thank you, Kelsa. I think she meant must listen, but that's okay. And Kathy recently shared in our online community how she had a consult call and used the framework and the flow that I provided in episode 45 of this podcast. And she said it was such a smooth conversation. And get this, the client booked their next coaching session on the call. Way to go, Kathy. You are not just learning or consuming new information, but you're applying it and taking action as well. I love it. Bravo to you. Thank you for listening and for taking the time to leave a review on Apple Podcasts. I really appreciate it, Kathy. All right, Coach. We are continuing our adventure down the client journey in order to provide you with the ultimate growth guide for your financial coaching business. We've been thinking about this from the perspective of your clients, which is why we at Fiscal Fitness, my financial coaching business, call this our client journey roadmap. If you would like to see a visual representation of this client journey roadmap and you haven't yet done so, you can download one by going to financialcoachacademy.com/client journey. We have officially tackled the first 7 steps of this journey, and now we're on to the 8th step, the coaching program. Let's quickly recap where this journey has taken us so far. You connect with a lead. Maybe that's at a party or at a networking event, possibly. You invite them to do a quick 20 or 30-minute free consultation or quick audit to help them see where they are now and where they want to be and what it will take to bridge that gap between those two things. At the end of that conversation, you invite them to get your help with bridging that gap by booking a coaching session with you. You send them prep work, they complete, and you review in advance. Then you hold your first coaching session where you provide a ton of value and they get to experience coaching with you. Then at the end of that session, you are going to invite them to continue coaching with you. You'll complete necessary onboarding steps, and that is where we are today. The next step is a coaching program. So the client signs up not just for one session, but for a committed time frame of working with you, otherwise known as a coaching program. Today, we're going to explore why a program works best for you, your business, and also for your clients. But first, let's discuss what I mean by program. A program is a commitment to work together to achieve a particular goal or outcome. It is the roadmap that gets your clients from point A to point B, and it is designed to support them as they navigate changes in their overall journey with money and financial decisions. There are an infinite number of features in a program. For example, length of time. Your program can be 30 days, 90 days, 4 months, 6 months, 12 months. You also have various communication options. You can do sessions only, or maybe you want to have Voxer access or email support provided in between those sessions. Is it private or group sessions or a combination of the two? You could have a hybrid program, which could look like mostly one-to-one private sessions with you, their coach, but then maybe you host a once-a-month community call that goes for everyone, or the opposite, where it's mostly group calls each week and then one private coaching session per month or maybe per quarter with you. You could also have a different number of sessions inside of your program. You could do weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly sessions. In our periodic coaching program, which you'll see as our final step on the client journey roadmap, that is our graduated program for clients who have previously completed the initial program. Clients at this stage don't need quite as many check-ins, so that's an annual program that includes semi-annual sessions or 2 sessions per year. I'm going to discuss that particular program later in this series. You also have different payment options. Is it a monthly subscription? Is it a full pay at the start, which is what ours is at Fiscal Fitness? Is it a total price, but there's simply a payment plan option, so it can be broken down into monthly or bi-weekly payments? We also did this for a really long time at Fiscal Fitness as well. All of these options are correct. As you can see, you've got a lot of different options for how your program can look and feel, but they're all versions of having a program, which again is a commitment to work together consistently and in order to achieve a desired outcome or destination. Now, there's a few things that a program is not. A program is not one-off sessions that the client can book whenever. Call me when you need more coaching, or use this link to book a session when you're ready. And you, the coach, don't know when they might schedule or when they might book a session. It's entirely 100% up to the client. That is not a program. A set program does not mean you do the same thing every session for every individual. There's still a need for adaptability inside every program because we coach real people, individuals with unique needs and goals. Also, a program is not a digital course. I am not saying don't have a digital course. I'm saying a course is not the same thing as a program. We call the Financial Coach Academy a program because, yes, there is a digital course component where you have all of your training videos and resources, but there's also a live cohort and live coaching every month with me. So if it didn't have those additional things, it would just be a course, right? So back to the question I started with. Why is a program model best for your financial coaching business? You know that I am all about finding the win-win-win scenario in business. So we are going to explore that here. The win-win-win scenario is looking for the strategy or the approach that is good for you, the coach, good for the client, and good for your business overall. And since I have a team of people that I employ, and maybe you do too, when I am thinking about what's best for the business, I am also looking at what's best for my team as part of that. That is the sweet spot. Let's look at why it's best for you, your clients, and your business. Why is a program a win-win-win scenario? First, why is a program best for you? It allows you to plan your time. You know how many coaching hours you've committed to in the coming months when you have a program. It also allows you to plan your income. You'll know which payments are coming in, and once you get things really dialed in, you'll even be able to estimate how many new clients are starting each month and how many you're going to be adding each month consistently. It also creates the opportunity to experience what change looks like and feels like to your clients when you recommend something. You're not just going to be able to give advice and then send them on their way. You are there when the going gets tough and they get stuck. You're there for the intended consequences, and you're also there for the unintended consequences. This, I believe, allows you to do your best work. It helps you to get people the best results, and both of those things will boost your confidence, coach. It also creates a strong client and coach relationship. Why is it best for the client? Change is hard. In a program, they can't quit when it gets tough or not schedule when things aren't going perfectly. Something clients will do. Clients do this because they don't realize the hard is part of this journey. So they'll avoid you and not schedule when scheduling is the exact thing that they actually need. That's why clients can't be in charge of when they schedule sessions with you. A program gives them a long-term perspective on their goal and commitment. It probably can't be solved in one session. The act of committing, that act alone shifts their identity, and that's a good thing. Finally, a study done by the American Society of Training and Development, which is now called the Association for Talent Development, found that the probability of achieving a goal is 10% if you have an idea. So as soon as you have an idea or an idea of a goal, you are 10% likely to achieve it. But that goes up to 40% if you decide you will do it. That 30% gap is simply the decision to do something about it. Our clients boost their likelihood of success, but still only to 40% simply by reaching out to us initially, which is why I think this step should be celebrated. This is that step where they are doing the quick audit with you, right? Simply by taking that step with you, coach, they have increased their likelihood of success by another 30%. Now, the probability of achieving a goal goes to 50% if you make a plan to do it. And then it goes to 65% if you promise someone else you will do it. And the reason telling someone else you're going to do something works is because it sharpens your focus. It creates a form of positive pressure. Finally, and this is really what I want you to pay attention to, coach, the probability of achieving a goal goes to 95% if you have a specific accountability appointment to whom you commit with. This is why personal trainers, therapists, and yes, coaches can have such a big impact on people's lives. In other words, a program model is the thing that almost guarantees your clients' results. They want something, 10% likelihood they'll achieve it. They do that first call with you, which by itself is a decision they're taking toward what they want. 40% likelihood they'll achieve it. During the first session with you, they create the plan to achieve what they want. It's now a 50% likelihood they'll achieve their goal. And then we can invite them to massively increase their chances of success to 95% by continuing to coach with us through consistent sessions over time. If you got into this work to help people achieve their goals with money, a coaching program is your how. The client journey roadmap that we use at Fiscal Fitness, what I have been teaching you in this series and what we help you create in the academy, is designed to fulfill each one of these milestones for your client. And at the heart of it is increasing your client's probability of success in achieving their goal. So why is it best for your business? Because you are able to do your best work, you can get clients bigger and better results that then can be used to demonstrate value in your marketing. Your value proposition is stronger because of your program. Your program also helps create long-term clients who get results, which will ideally become your number one source of new clients. It also creates consistent revenue that you can plan on for months in advance. This is why you are able to better plan your own income, because the revenue coming into the business is more consistent. Finally, a program allows you to truly fulfill your brand promise. So checkpoint 1, coach. Do you see why a program model is best for your clients, and just as importantly, why it's best for you and your business? You are going to invite your client to invest in this program in order to achieve their goal. The most important thing, and I truly believe this, the absolute most important part of making this invitation is your belief in your program. That is what your client needs and what will help them to achieve their goals. In the Academy, we give you both a 90-day coaching program that you can use and a 6-month skills-based program. You can modify those to be 30 days, 4 months, whatever you want. Remember, those are just the features of the program. What matters more than anything is you believing in it. The biggest mistake that I see coaches make when they're inviting clients to take the next step in their coaching journey is sounding almost apologetic about the level of commitment or investment necessary. Even if you don't mean to sound apologetic, if your energy is such that you feel badly about what it takes to create change or get them results, which likely comes from not totally believing it yourself, your clients aren't going to be able to confidently commit and invest in your program. Don't apologize for knowing what it takes to get them results and then creating an offer that rises to that challenge. Own it. Share these stats with them. Sit with them through this decision and remind them of what they want and the impact that goal will have on them and their life overall. At the end of the discovery session, they have their plan, right? So they have a 50% probability of success. Are they willing to leave their goal to a coin flip? Is taking it from a 50% success rate to a 95% success rate worth their investment? Keep in mind, they're going to invest time and effort either way. Whether they do your program or not, the plan likely requires time and effort to create. If anything, your program will likely save both of those things because they have you, an expert to help them navigate the changes and shortcut the learning curve and avoid unnecessary mistakes. In other words, investing ensures they'll achieve their goal and likely achieve it faster and easier than not investing. Coach, you must be clear about this decision so you can help your client be clear about this decision. So checkpoint 2. If you remember, first checkpoint was if you can see the benefits of a program model. Checkpoint 2 is, do you believe in a program so that you can confidently and clearly present this offer to your clients? Or do you possibly need to do some work on your own belief system? When it comes to this offer, you want to think about what it is that you can guarantee and what promises you can make. For example, if I have a 90-day coaching program, I can't guarantee my client will be out of debt in 90 days. That is not always up to me. I can have a client do everything right, and even then, the math just doesn't shake out. So I can't guarantee that. But once the client has a plan, even if that plan shows that it will take 21 months to get out of debt, what I can promise in my offer is that in 90 days, you'll be working your plan with ease. You'll be on autopilot. All the changes needed for this plan to work will be done, and you will have adopted them, which means the remaining 18 months can actually go as planned. In other words, I can guarantee that in 90 days, you will be in control and working your plan. You'll have the belief that it's absolutely possible, and now it's just a matter of time, right? So, Coach, what are some tangible takeaways you can guarantee, and how will your clients feel at the end of your program? And why are those essential to achieving their goal? And keep in mind, tangible takeaways are not only financial ones. When my clients have their plan at the end of the discovery session, they're usually excited and bought in, and also a little scared and timid. They haven't proven to themselves yet that they can do this, right? So they're nervous. I can essentially guarantee, though, that in 90 days, they will feel totally different. They won't feel timid. They'll feel confident. They won't feel uncertain. They'll feel resolute and determined. As a financial coach, you may need to practice leaning into the emotional impact of your work with people. I want to encourage you to do that while also describing the financial benefits of your program. For example, I can tell my clients, at the end of 90 days, you'll have money in savings. You'll have control of your spending. You'll be prepared for future expenses that overwhelm you and worry you today. You'll have a clear picture of where you stand and how to not just manage that picture, but how to improve it and strengthen it as well. You'll have optimized your income, expenses, savings, and debt, so you know you are making the absolute best of what you have right now. And you'll be making better money decisions. Not perfect decisions, but better decisions. Checkpoint 3. Are you clear on the tangible takeaways, guarantees, and how your client will feel at the end of your program? Now, when you present the offer to continue working together, you're going to focus on their goal and how the program, more than anything, will help them achieve it. It takes them from a coin flip to an almost guaranteed probability of success. I like to get their buy-in throughout the conversation, so I'll usually ask something at the start, like, would you like to hear more about the program, or would you like to hear more about how I can continue supporting you? Then I focus on those guarantees and tangible takeaways, and I focus on how they will feel in 90 days. These are the benefits of your offer. Keep in mind, at this point, I have not discussed with the client the number of sessions or the price. Those are the features. I need them to be bought into the value first. If they don't see the value, it doesn't matter if it's one session or only $5, they're not going to want it, right? So first things first, do they want the outcome? Again, I might ask something like, how does this sound so far? Do you see how working together for the next 90 days could help you or could benefit you? Or does this program sound like it would deliver what you want? Or even something like, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being terrible and 10 being amazing, how would you rate how these benefits sound or how this program sounds for you? Checkpoint 4. Are you leading with the benefits and takeaways of your offer and not the features? Are you getting their buy-in before talking price and logistics? If you remember back to part 3 of this series where we discussed the prep work and getting to know your client ahead of time, I want you to use the insights that you gain during that time about this client to hone the conversation around your offer. Here are a couple of examples. If I have a very analytical client, someone who is very precise in the numbers they provide, and the language they use is maybe more logical, less emotional, and probably more fact-based or data-driven, I'm probably going to focus on the financial takeaways and guarantees. And that question where I ask them to rate the program on a scale of 1 to 10 can be really helpful for someone like that. If I have a more abstract client, someone who uses language that they just want to feel better, they want to worry less, and they give guesses to numbers, or maybe they use very roundabout figures, I'm going to focus on those aspects of my offer. In other words, you want to use the client to cater the messaging around your offer. It is likely, coach, that your offer has almost endless benefits, right? Like infinite possibilities of what it can do for somebody and the impact it can have on their life. But this can be really overwhelming, and you end up having verbal diarrhea and really overwhelming the client during the time that you're making the offer. Me and all of the coaches on my team use a coach confidence process where even before the discovery session, we're identifying 3 of the biggest reasons this client will benefit from long-term coaching. That way, this conversation is focused on 3 big results that they can see, and we're not losing sight of what's most important by talking about everything they could gain. You may have this belief, and I think this is sometimes where this comes from, that in order for them to see the value in your offer, you have to tell them about all of the benefits, that that's how you justify their investment. But really what you're doing is making it sound too good to be true. It sounds as if you're over-promising. And the reason that is because their belief, the client's belief at this stage is probably limited or somewhat low. It's like they simply can't make the leap from where they're at to where you want them to be, which is believing that all of this is possible for them, right? Like that is such a big leap. So I want you to shift this perspective, coach, that 2 to 3 key takeaways that they can see, that they can actually like sink their teeth into is way more valuable than a dozen or 2 dozen takeaways that they get overwhelmed and they can't really see how it fits in with who they are today, okay? This coach confidence process is inside the academy, by the way. So checkpoint 5, are you taking a client-centric approach to your offer by catering the message to the client you're meeting with and no one else? During the program, you're continuing this delicate dance we've been talking about, where you are future casting and bringing it back to the here and now at the same time, over and over again. You're refining and bringing clarity to the future, showing them the overall roadmap that they're on with their money, right? While also showing them where they are on that roadmap today and where they are heading next. So it's like you're always casting this big vision of like, here's why this is so important, here's where you are today, and here's just the next step, okay? And then you are coaching them on how to get there. What they ultimately want is their why. Keep this front and center then. Don't just check boxes. I've got to teach them this, and then I got to teach them this, and then this. When you do that, you forget about the overall why behind those things that you want to teach. And with each session, you want to remind them of their why. That is their driver. That is their motivation. Otherwise, what you might end up experiencing is a coaching dynamic where you feel like you're like pulling the client along to do anything. And that can be really draining as a coach. And please know, you will rarely, dare I even say never, you will rarely see an ideal client journey happen during your program. At Fiscal Fitness, we have what we call our skills checklist. And it's this list of skills that we want a person to learn in an ideal setting with money. So if life wasn't happening and we could choose exactly what we talked about first, second, third, this is the order we think money skill stacking and habit stacking would work best, right? But of course, we are coaching real people through real life. Sometimes a client has a vacation 3 weeks into coaching, and we're prioritizing a discussion around planning for their vacation and their mindset going into vacation really early in the coaching program. So there's this other dance that you're doing. You are allowing your sessions to adapt to real life scenarios while keeping things moving forward and in a foundational way as well. In other words, you might randomly pivot at times, but you are bringing things back on track, okay? This is one of the greatest benefits that we, the coach, provides. We see the big picture and all of the smaller parts as well, and we don't let these normal life things continuously distract us from that bigger picture. I like to think about it like a dot chart, where the dots indicate what may seem like random discussions or topics that you're covering with a client. But inside of that dot chart, if you were to sort of map the overall trend line going through the dots, there's this upward progress, there's forward movement happening, right? This skills checklist is provided in the academy, and sometimes coaches will email us and ask if we can indicate which session number we discuss that particular topic with the client. And that is simply not possible. The reason for that is some clients will learn a skill or understand a concept in one session, and other clients might require 2 to 3 for the exact same concept. The other reason is that there are over 80 concepts that we could do with clients, and not all of them are relevant for every individual. And we don't even do all of them in an initial 90-day coaching program. The idea is that a client who is training with one of our coaches never comes to a session and me or my coaches have nothing to talk with them about. We always have more ways we can expand their understanding around money. When it comes to your program, don't think of it as a rigid session-by-session offer that you must have completely designed before you launch or invite someone into it. Stay one step ahead of your clients and build it as you go, or use what we've created and have provided in the academy, but even then, remain flexible and focused on the needs of your clients. Our program at Fiscal Fitness currently looks like this. It's 90 days, and we call it our cash flow control program. And our guarantees have a lot to do with adopting goal-focused control over their money. We meet weekly in the first month because we are making all of the changes that we discussed during the discovery session right away. We're getting those done so that we can practice the new habits and make sure they stick in the remaining time. We're laying the foundation for the skill of being able to plan their future by starting with the first paycheck. We're helping them to plan ahead week by week, paycheck by paycheck, and helping them to see their money clearly. This means they're able to make better money decisions that support the goal they're after. Then we shift to meeting bi-weekly in months 2 and 3. And we're building on their skills and habits by planning ahead months and even a year into the future. We're strengthening their skills and habits, and we're transferring their confidence, typically from us, to themselves. By the end of the 90 days, our clients can see themselves achieving their goal, and they have the plan mapped out until they achieve it, every single paycheck until they achieve the goal. As a result, they're able to see how their everyday decisions today impact that goal, so they're able to make really clear, confident, and empowered financial decisions. And the trust they start to form in themselves and in their new habits and in that plan, and the system for managing their money continues to compound over time. We charge $3,997 for individuals and $4,997 for small business owners. Now, if you immediately grabbed a calculator and did this quick formula whereby you took $3,997 and divided it by 8 sessions and got the per session rate, you are making an all too common error in how you are thinking about a program coach. The price is for them to get the results they want and that you know you can deliver. It is not to meet with you, in our case, for 8 sessions or for however many sessions you put in your program. Do not tie your price to the number of sessions. That creates a mathematical calculation in your client's mind that distracts them and anchors your price per session to other things they've spent money on in the past. But guess what? Those other things likely didn't give them the outcomes you're able to give them. So it's like comparing apples to oranges. But now the conversation is going in a direction that's really difficult to get back on track. Not only that, but at Fiscal Fitness, while we have a set meeting schedule and number of sessions, if our clients need something during those 90 days, we're totally there. We're hopping on calls with them. We're scheduling a quick 30-minute meeting if something pops up that they need help navigating. We're sending them emails of encouragement and support unprompted. We're reviewing their budget in between sessions and leaving them little notes that will surprise and delight them. All of those types of things. I want you to write this down, Coach. My clients aren't paying for the session. They are paying for the experience and the results. My clients aren't paying for the session. They are paying for the experience and the results. Checkpoint 6. Are you too focused on what you charge per session and not the outcome, results, or value you provide? Your belief in your program. Understanding that a program is best for you, your business, and your client is at the heart of your offer. As you go about designing your offer, continue checking in with yourself and making sure it's something that you believe in. Everything else, the number of sessions, the price, the length, the topics discussed at each session, those are all secondary to your belief in it. Finally, present your offer in such a way that makes the decision clear for the client and doesn't create mind drama for them. These are the key elements for your growth and success at this stage of the client journey roadmap. Your program creates long-term clients. Those clients get amazing results, want even more for themselves and their future, help you establish consistent revenue so you can plan your own life better. We'll have a consistent meeting schedule so you can plan your time better. Become so easy because you get to know them and you get to know the number of sessions. So each session takes less planning and they end up being more fun. There's no pressure like there can be when you meet with a brand new client. They also tell others about you, so you get referrals, which will eventually and hopefully become your number one source of business. In other words, your program is a very important part of your ultimate guide to growth, Coach. Reflect on each of the checkpoints in this part of the series and let me know what you discover. Do you see ways to grow your financial coaching business? I sure hope so. Now, if you think clients stop coaching with you after this initial program ends, or that you'll teach your clients everything they need to know about money and then they won't need you anymore, perhaps that's how you think you prove your worth. Eventually, my clients won't need me anymore. Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because the next stop in this series will blow your mind. I'm going to share how you can create a scalable financial coaching business and achieve the ultimate growth through your periodic coaching program. Next, in your Ultimate Growth Guide, we'll explore the final stage of your client journey roadmap. This is where you create clients for life. I'm super excited to deliver it to you. I hope you are excited to hear it. It would be really silly of me if I didn't mention the Financial Coach Academy during this discussion around the program for your financial coaching business. I hope you love this idea and can see how it's truly what's best all around. You do not have to start from scratch with designing your program. You could use ours. Enroll in the Financial Coach Academy, and you get a 90-day financial coaching program to use with your clients, along with topics per session. The Academy also gives you everything you need to deliver this program successfully: contracts, tracking spreadsheets, pricing flyers, handouts, email templates, welcome packets, you name it. If we use it every day in our program, it is inside of the Academy. We also provide you with dozens of various financial concepts that you can use with your clients depending on the situation and their needs. So if your client doesn't have debt, for example, swap that exercise and session agenda out with a different one that is more relevant to your client. This program is completely customizable, so you can make it your own or use it exactly as is. At the end of every module in the Academy, we ask coaches for feedback, and we review this feedback real time on my team. Just today, we received this review for Module 3, which is the module where you learn how to create your own program as well as see ours. And here is what this coach had to say. I loved the step-by-step process for creating a program and content. This part has had me going back and forth for over a year now. Now that I'm consistently in, I'm blown away by the amount of material and handouts included. I'm finally feeling clear and not so much back and forth in my mind, and I'm determined to finish very soon. The previous coaching course I had taken a few years ago only gave a general recommendation of how to structure a coaching session. The Academy teaches us how to actually coach and provides so many ideas for creating our own content or using the handouts as inspiration. Financially speaking, the Academy pays for itself when you enroll your first client into your program. And having a program that you can enroll clients in right away means you are able to do that faster than building it on your own. If you want to jumpstart and grow your business, I would love to have you join me in the Academy. Like I've said before, it's not just an online course. It is a robust program that includes live coaching with me every month and your own cohort of coaches for support, accountability, brainstorming, and feedback. And it doesn't matter if you enroll today or if you are a coach who enrolled years ago, you are a part of our community of coaches forever, which means you continue to join the live coaching calls every month and have access to all of the resources provided. When you enroll in the Academy, you get immediate access to the 90-day financial coaching program, as well as the other online training videos and business resources, so you can get started right away, and you are automatically added to the next cohort. Check out financialcoachacademy.com today. I believe financial coaching is the best and most rewarding way to make a living. I truly love what I do. If you are ready to learn and see how to become a profitable, successful financial coach, please check us out at financialcoachacademy.com to learn more about our other offerings, such as retreats and free trainings and events. As always, I love hearing from you. If you have any questions for this podcast, please submit them at financialcoachacademy.com/podcast. And if you love this podcast, please subscribe on YouTube and leave us a review and rating on Apple Podcasts. It would mean the world to me. I'll see you next week, Coach.